lost my daddy's watch.
Man, fuck that cheap ass watch, man. Oh, I apologize. It gotta stop something. You right.
One more again, see, I'll take all your front set, I swear. See how you go back to New York. That's how you're gonna be back in the car, all the way back up.
I'm sorry.
Fuck that, say something about the watch, Claude. Bring up the watch. In fact, just bring up watch.
Ray.
Look like you fixing to make your mouth
Ray,
up to say watch. If I see you, I'm gonna...
Just what the f you looking at, Ray?
You know, I noticed that, you and, Mr. Wilkins been mighty friendly lately. What, y'all gonna be a new couple or something?
Kiss my ass, Ray.
We on deck. You like baseball? We on deck. On deck for what? For what? That upper room? The upper room.
Life? What the hell you mean? Like, hell no, I ain't doing no life. I'm going back to myself. Hey, boss, he ain't working.
You gonna eat your cornbread.
You can't have my cornbread. I'm from New York City. There's gonna be consequences and repercussions.
Murphy and Martin Lawrence are getting all there is. Out of life.
Welcome to the Third Generation Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Eric and Rob.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Third Generation Wrestling Podcast. Here, it's Throwback Thursday. We're here for another movie review. Got the crew in the building, the Real Biggie, Rob the Ambassador, and special appearance here tonight, Doc Stevens.
What's up,
What's
Doc?
going on?
Man, not too much, but I'm happy to be here. You guys been doing your thing. I feel like I need to be a piece of it. Let's go.
Oh, no, you are. This is a crew thing, you know. We just, whenever we all can get together, it's all that matters. Everybody chipped in. This is all four of us now. This is
Yes, sir.
we are. It's four of us, but it's 3GW. It's kind of weird, but whatever. This week's review is based on the fact that, and I thought this was long overdue, Martin Lawrence getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
And Steve Harvey doing the proceedings. I was like, he just now getting this? Seriously? I thought he'd been had it, but I guess not. So in honor of that, I put up the poll. The choices were Bad Boys. What was it? Bad Boys, Blue Streak.
Mm-hmm.
What's
What's the worst?
the worst that could happen? And of course, Life with Eddie Murphy. And I thought Bad Boys would win. I really did. But Life won, and I'm not mad because, as the ambassador said, don't even need to watch the movie to review it because I've seen it so many times. I did watch it though because it was on Netflix. So I wanted a quick refresher. But man, I'm talking about. This is another movie. It doesn't matter how many times I've seen it. It's still hilarious. Still hilarious. Now, I'm going to go around real quick. I don't know if y'all even remember the first time you watched it, but I do. Because I went with my pops. And he took me to see this in 1999. Went to Marcus Theaters. And we went to see it. And it was I remember it so vividly because it was one of the times that, you know, me and my dad got to spend some time together, and seeing him enjoy the movie just as much as me and just having that connection with him. So, yeah, I have very fond memories of this movie. And that was the first time I watched it. I don't know, Rob, do you recall the first time you saw this movie?
Actually, with this one, I do, because I went to the theater and I saw this one. And this was before I had met your mom. And when I saw it in the theater, I thought, yeah, man, this was good. It was funny. But when she and I got together, this became kind of one of our movies that we just watched all the time. And we would crack up laughing. And it's just kind of become one of those movies now that we keep in heavy rotation. Mm-hmm. And every time we watch, it doesn't matter how many times we've seen it. And we have seen it dozens of times. We laugh every time. No, I don't.
I don't remember the first time I seen it, but when I first heard about it, I wasn't too like hyped to see it because like most movies with a bunch of stars be trash. But then like Harlem Nights was dope. So let me check this out. When I finally seen it, yeah, man. Yeah, man.
They don't make comedies like this anymore, where you can have a movie that is so funny, but also has that very, very serious tone as well to back it up. And the storytelling was done so well. So just like last week, I'm gonna talk about the cast, I'm gonna talk about the plot, and then we just gonna talk because this is another movie that if you ain't seen it by now, stop watching. Go watch. It's on Netflix right now. Go watch it and then come back because we finna get into this. So, Life from 1999, directed by Ted Demme. I don't know.
Ted Demme.
Ted Demme. Okay. Obviously starring Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Oba Babatunde, who actually was also in How High as the superintendent. Anthony Anderson, Bernie Mac, Miguel A. Nunez Jr., Guy Torry, Bokeem Woodbine, Sanaa Lathan, Rick James, bitch. Clarence Williams III. You know, I mean, this cast was amazing. A lot of people may not know this guy. You know his face, you may not know his name, but I just want to give him a shout out because I do like this actor. Barry Shabaka Henley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that couldn't read.
Right,
One of you brothers know how to read?
Right. Yeah, for some of the older ladies who are listening, they'll remember him as Buddy from How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's currently on a show I watch on Monday nights called Bob Hart Abishola.
Yes, that's my show. Sorry, I got excited.
Okay, yeah, he plays Uncle Tunde.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's still acting. Good.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, you can't forget the late great Bernie Mac was also.
I said Bernie Mac. I said Bernie.
Did you say Bernie?
Yeah.
Jingling.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So obviously the plot of this thing, Claude and Ray, they meet through some nefarious ways at this bar, Spanky's, like a Spanky's bar in Harlem, New York. Ray's a pickpocketer and Claude's trying to be a straight man, but he's not so straight because he owes some people some money too, as they show. Let me fix this camera. So they ended up working a deal with Spanky. Hey, we can bootleg this liquor, go drive down to Mississippi, get you some corn liquor, bring it back up here, you can sell it. And all was going well until they run out of money for one, and they run into Clarence Williams III character, Winston Hancock, who is that, you know, the poker game goes wrong. Winston ends up dead. They end up taking the fall for it. And they get sentenced to life in prison, as the judge said. Said just like that too.
He did.
Life.
Life.
And so you just pretty much go on this journey of them during their prison sentence. You get them over the course of the first 10 years to kind of, you're seeing them going through the trials and tribulations and trying to escape. Then they meet Can't Get Right, and they think that they can get a ticket with this baseball player. That doesn't work. And then all of a sudden they have a falling out, and then the years go by, and we get to them when they're a lot older, which is the movie gets even funnier then. Normally a comedy has the beginning is good, and then it just kind of tails off because the jokes start to run dry. But no, they were smart. They aged them up, and it just got funnier. And there is a twist to this movie. Again, so if you haven't seen it, Go back and watch it. And just to see them finally get into that Yankees game at the end, you just feel fulfilled, but they just can't help it. Even then, they still arguing. And I was talking to Doc earlier. I said, if that ever happened to me and you, that's me and him. This movie, that's been our relationship.
I can see that.
He is definitely Ray. He is the Ray between me and him.
No, I can see that. I mean, first of all, a movie, when you have Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence in the same movie, automatically people have huge expectations. And I thought that they met and exceeded those. I just kind of enjoyed the interaction between Claude and Ray because, like you said, they came together under not the friendliest of circumstances. No. Ray had tried to pickpocket right. Claude, and Claude was, because Ray, well, not because Ray had taken his wallet, some other guys had taken Claude's wallet because he owed them money. Claude was unable to pay his dinner bill, so that angered Spanky. That's how they came up with this idea. When they first got on the road and they were going back and forth about Claude working as a Claude working as a teller, and then Ray was telling him his idea for the boom boom room. So yeah, I guess that would be a funny scene.
You need collateral. Think I ain't got collateral?
Right.
I had collateral. He pulls out the watch and like that thing.
Yeah. He goes,
"Who'd you steal it from?" This watch. He's like, "Who'd you steal it from?" He's like, "My daddy gave me that watch. I ain't steal it." Yeah, well, who'd he steal it from?
Right.
You watch your mouth. You talk about my daddy.
My daddy's dead.
My daddy's dead. You don't talk about. You say what you want to about me. You don't talk about my daddy.
So Claude's like, "Well, it looks like a fake to me. Loan denied."
And this is the first time you see Eddie just go off. He's like, "Fuck you."
He goes, "And you will not be welcome at the boom boom room." And Claude's like, "There is no boom boom room.
There's no boom boom room. When there is one, when there is a boom room, don't come down to the motherfucker because you ain't getting in."
So yeah, that just starts, all of the funny interactions that we see between those two.
Yeah. So right after that, it's funny because they go, it's just, I don't know, it's something about when you in a situation, because I guess they kind of made it up because they go into this whites only diner and all want some pies, and Ray's like, yeah, I lost my appetite and came up in here, so we need to get up out of here.
No, these are whites only pies.
But do you have any Negro pies?
Hey, Claude, come on now.
How about I turn y'all into nigger pie?
So you say about 35.
35 miles.
Okay, maybe we find another establishment down the road.
Yeah, that was that. Ray's walking out. Yeah, I can't believe people get so serious about pie down here.
Yeah. That was, man, crying.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Doc. You missed it.
My favorite part was the watch.
Fuck the money. I lost my daddy's watch.
Man, fuck that cheap ass watch, man. Oh, I apologize. It gotta stop something. You right.
One more again. See, I take all your front set, I swear. See how you go back to New York. That's how you gonna be back in the car, all the way back up.
I'm sorry.
Fuck that. Say something about the watch, Claude. Bring up the watch. In fact, just bring up watch.
Ray.
Look like you fixing to make your mouth up to say watch. If I see you, I'm gonna whip your ass.
Right.
You gotta stop sometime. You right. You like, one more again. Yeah, take all your fronts out.
Fix your mouth like ghostly watch.
Yeah, we probably should mention that Ray had lost his watch gambling at the club in Mississippi. He lost his watch to Winston Hancock, who was a shady card player.
He had the waitress, the card underneath her tray. That's how he would win all the hands. Because Ray had him beat.
Yeah.
And that's how he cheated. So essentially Winston Hancock, that's the guy that ends up, he had some issues with the sheriff, and he ended up getting murdered by the sheriff. And then they just so happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the body falls on Claude, and he gets the blood on his shirt, and they end up getting sentenced to life. My favorite. So when they get to prison, and they out there pig swinging,
Did it get working, boss?
man, Hoppin' Bob had me in tears.
He was hilarious.
Oh my God! Why ain't that boy pig swinging?
Basically,
the thing that broke me was after the warden leaves, he was like, "You heard me, New York Cities. I ain't nice like boss. I'll slap the black off your ass. Get to work."
Yep.
He got that rifle in his hand talking that shit. Man, that line murdered me the first time I saw it. Slap the black off your ass.
Get them pigs to swinging! You heard me, New York Cities. You don't want me to come down there. I ain't nice like boss. I'll slap the black off your ass. Get to work!
What happened there? Oh. We gotta talk about Django Leg. Oh, Bernie. When he met Martin, he's like,
Was I in? Nah, not at all. I've been in and out of prison, mostly in.
So you won't have no problem with justice.
Shouldn't have a problem, no.
If you need anything of any kind, give me a holler. Name Jangle-Leg, Jangle-Leg.
I appreciate it. Jangle-Leg, you say?
Jangle-Leg, Jangle-Leg.
Claude.
Claude.
Yeah, Claude.
Your hand nice and supple, like a lady.
Jangle-Leg! What the hell I tell you about pitching woo on the job, boy?
Jangle-Leg, what I tell you about pitching woo?
Yeah, Hoppin' Bob. Yep.
I tell you about pitching wool on the job, boy. Sorry, Captain.
Now, did y'all catch Django Leg's boyfriend, played by Miguel Nunez?
Yes.
You catch him dropping the bucket and like,
Yeah, yes,
like,
yes.
how did you do that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's a lot of subtleties. It's a lot of things that on this this most recent watch I caught that I never caught before. I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna jump ahead. I'm gonna get back to y'all. There's a scene after they get old, and Ray sitting on the bed.
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
And Claude's like, "Just what the fuck you looking at, Ray?"
I know that you and Mr. Wilkins.
Talk too. So, what you want to talk about, Ray? What you want to talk about? And it gets to the point where they just go at it again. And this is the scene that I never caught this. Martin Lawrence broke character. You have to go back and watch this.
No, I've seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Kiss my ass, Ray. Okay?
It's when they said Eddie was yelling. They go back and forth. And he's like, "Kiss my ass, Ray. I'm going to sleep." All right. And Eddie said, "Oh, yeah. Hope it's the long one too." Because Martin said, "Yeah, I hope you piss in the bed with that weak ass bladder of yours."
Sleep tight, nigga. Yeah, fuck you too.
Yeah, I hope your ass pissed the bed with that weak ass bladder.
Yeah, well, if I do, and then I put the sheets on you. How you like that?
And it cuts quick, but you can see Martin laugh because he didn't see that come.
Yeah. My wife and I noticed that. I mean, we must have watched it 20 times by then before we caught that.
Oh man.
Yes. Okay. They're all in the bunk, and Ray's talking about the boom boom room. And Claude's like, ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. And they're like, Ray, all the other prisoners like, just shut up.
Oh,
Ray.
yeah.
And so they like, go ahead, Ray. And so Ray, basically this scene turns into like a dream of Ray's where each of the prisoners star as a character. The fictional club, Boom Boom Room. Ray, of course, is the host of it all. The singer, dressed like a lady, is
Miguel.
His boyfriend, Jangle Leg, is playing the keyboard. Barry
Bang,
Shabaka,
girl.
Yeah. Barry Shabaka Henley's character, Poker Man, is at the poker table. So every guy in the in the prison with them has a scene in this fictional Boom Boom Room.
That like kind of plays off their character in the movie.
Yeah. So the dream ends when Hoppin' Bob comes in, and
he's the police.
Right. Yeah. In the dream sequence, he's the police, but then they switch back to them actually being in prison. He's coming in. He's tired of them making all the noise in the bunk, and he's like, I don't want to hear shit about another Boom Boom.
Yes. That goes for the rest of you girls too. Now I don't want to hear another beef about no fucking Boom Boom Room.
And then from out of nowhere, you hear this nasty, juicy fart.
Oh yeah, Anthony Anderson.
Anthony Anderson didn't cut one. And he says, sorry, Captain. And Hoppin' Bob says, shut your mouth and your fat ass, boy.
Sorry, Captain.
Shut your mouth and your fat ass, boy.
Oh man.
Oh shit. Oh man. Yes. Oh God. That is, man, Hoppin' Bob had some of the best lines in this movie.
He did.
Yes, I remember that. He had the flashlight in his face. Shut
Yep.
your mouth and your fat ass, boy.
Your mouth and your
But it was like Eddie Murphy played this character. It was almost like he was bipolar because he'd be cool and then he would just snap. We all know the scene. It was in the trailer. Everybody's at lunch.
Hey, girl, you gonna eat your cornbread?
Oh, Trevor. Don't say nothing.
You talking to me? Yeah, I think he's talking to you.
And Martin's like, no, you can have it. And Eddie's trying to tell him, no, you don't do that. He's trying to pretty much explain to him how this works in prison. You start giving him this shit, it's just going to snowball after that.
Yeah, what he said is that you give me cornbread, you're going to be ironing his drawers and clipping his toenails.
Clipping his toenails, yeah.
No, it's okay, Ray. He can have my cornbread. I ain't gonna eat it.
I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna eat cornbread. Damn that he can have cornbread. And then Goldmouth's like, I had enough of this shit. Maybe I ought to eat your cornbread. And this,
he went off.
Eddie just flipped.
Maybe I ought to eat your cornbread.
Oh, motherfucker, you can't have my cornbread. That's for damn sure. Because if you try to take my cornbread, part 2 of my killing spree gonna begin up in here on your ass right now. If you think about my cornbread, they get the taste out your mouth. You fuck around with me, it's gonna be consequences and repercussions.
Next scene. He just get his ass whooped.
Oh man.
Such a great and what else? Can't Get Right. Which they never really gave him a name. I was really bummed out because I mean, I know it's a movie and all, but I thought for a second they might, first time seeing it, I thought for a second that they might be able to, get out with him.
Yep.
But when that scout comes back and it's like, well, this kid can hit. What can you two do? And yes, they did help him. Yes, they, worked with him and everything, but at the end of the day, when it comes to getting pardons are hard to get, number one. Don't know what the hell that boy was in there for. So, and y'all in for murder. So a little hard to work around that, and y'all ain't the talent. Just saying. So that's when you had the split because Claude was so frustrated. He's like, I put my all into this. I thought I was gonna get out, and I didn't. I'm not with the scheme. You still in the airplane. You got a map from Cookie that drew up this map. That was Anthony Anderson's character's name, Cookie.
Huh.
And they this is the where the movie gets real, because time starts to go by and you start seeing the inmates pass away. And that music, that Wyclef Jean song, and the way they did it, instead of showing you like funeral scene, they just showed people just kind of fading away.
Yeah.
It just hit different. Wow.
It did. It did.
And even though he was the bad guy, the one that got me the most was Hopper Bob.
Yeah, for some reason it did hit different. It did.
Yeah. And then you now they old. Then from then on, they back together, hanging out, and it's funny because now at the end, they're kind of playing cards with the younger guys at the end, and there's one dude, I don't know, what was he doing? He smoking weed? Or was he got like
I want to say he was snorting coke because Ray told him, I wouldn't put that in your nose if I was you. I wouldn't put that in my nose if I was you. And then that gets into
right.
What I thought was the funniest scene in the movie.
You want a bump, G?
No, I don't want none of that shit. That's right. I wouldn't put that in my nose if I was you. You know how they get in here, don't you?
Tell them how to get in.
People smuggling in their ass. Say what? I ain't lying on the truth. I know the motherfucker they bring it in here. That come out somebody's asshole, so go on and enjoy.
He goes, so yeah, you go ahead and enjoy it, but that come out somebody's asshole. And the dude's just like all around. Other prisoners are laughing.
Yeah. And then over Bubba Tunney's character was like, yeah, it's on you, ass sniffer.
Yeah. That part cracks me up every single time.
Yeah. And who could forget? The upper room.
We next. I mean, let's be real. We next. We on deck. That you like baseball? We on deck. On deck for what? For what? That upper room, nigga. The upper room with Jesus. You know what that is? The upper room the motherfuckers be singing about? The upper room. Yeah, that's right. Tell you what, you die first, I'm gonna sing at your funeral. I'm gonna just bust up in the motherfucker and go to the upper room. Let them shoot me. I don't give a fuck. They'll take me out singing that motherfucker.
I'm telling you, man, Eddie Murphy to me does not get the credit he deserves for being an absolute comic genius.
No.
I'm assuming Eddie has his star on the Walk of Fame. I don't know, but that man should be receiving every Lifetime Achievement Award. I mean, these different characters that he can create, it's amazing. I've never seen anybody with such talent. The impressions and how he can just be so many different characters. It's amazing.
Yeah. I would akin Ray Gibson, the character, to him playing the Jewish guy in Coming to America. You didn't know that was him till the end when the credits rolled. You thought that was a legitimate Jewish guy. That's how good the makeup was. That's good the acting was. The makeup was so good. And in 1999, of all things, the makeup was so well done. They aged him up. They aged him up twice. So they aged him.
Right.
They aged him again. And man, it's just movie is to me it's right up there with Friday. As far as being a classic, especially as far as a black cast, as far as how funny it is, how quotable it is, how it's comedy, but there is a serious tone to it as well, and you believe it. It's very grounded. the cast is fantastic. I mean, all the acting is done well, and it's just I can't say enough good things about this movie. We could go on and on and on and cycle through quotes and quotes, and we haven't even scratched the surface with this movie. I'm telling you. So if you've seen it, I encourage you to revisit it. If you have not seen it, somehow, some way you haven't seen it, you haven't been to a barbershop in your life, you haven't been to somebody's house and they had the movie on, you never watched TBS or TNT and this movie was on. Okay, whatever. I mean, you would have had to try between this and Friday. You would have had to try to avoid these two movies because they were just on so much.
Yeah.
So, again, this is another movie I'm giving an A+. This was fantastically done. Eddie Murphy and Martin did a fantastic job acting and being able to play those older roles, and then the side characters, Anthony Anderson, Miguel A. Nunez, his character has a twist to his character. Obo Babatunde probably doesn't get enough credit in this movie, but he's the one telling the story.
Right.
Claude and Ray, to Heavy D and this other guy. Rest in peace to Heavy D. And the guy that plays Goldmouth, I think I had his name right.
Michael Taliaferro.
Michael. Yeah, he passed away as well. So,
Sure I heard that. Okay.
yeah, he passed away a while ago. But yeah, great movie.
And of course, Rick James.
Okay, of course, yeah, Rick James, rest in peace as well. A lot of people don't even know that was Rick James at the beginning. I didn't for years, and it took me to be at a barbershop and go, "Oh yeah, that was Rick James." I was like, "Rick James." I've seen this movie, and I went back and oh shit, that is Rick James. Damn.
Yeah, and Rick, he looked good in that role. He had a stroke, and like he was walking with a cane in the movie, and I believe that was in real life. And for people who may not know, Eddie Murphy and Rick James go way back. I mean, if you remember that song "Party All the Time" by Eddie, Rick James is in that video. He produced that album, wrote that song. They were friends for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite lines in the movie. Take a man and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, Rick had a brief role, but I thought he was effective in the role. He looked comfortable on screen. I had never seen him act before.
Real comfortable, right?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, that's why I was like, "That's Rick James." Holy shit!
Yep.
Super freak, Rick James.
Super freak himself.
But hey, y'all, life. And I guess if you would take away a lesson from this movie, because there is a lesson in this movie, is one of the things that I apply to my life is there's a lot of times that things don't go your way. And you can't really explain why, you don't know why situations are what they are. But you can make any situation better just with your state of mind and your state of being. And I look at this movie and it helped me get through basic training when I was in the Army. I mean, a lot of people were stressed out and freaking out and all this other stuff, but I was just kind of like, it's 9 weeks of our lives, guys. It's 9 weeks. Just get through it. And I look at those 9 weeks as one of the best times in my life. I mean, it was tough. It was early mornings and late nights. A lot of walking, a lot of firing firearms, and a lot of getting yelled at and all this and all that. But hey, I made the best of the situation. I took whatever negative and just made it positive. Hey, I'm doing this thing, and it has meaning to it, and all that stuff. So just being positive, being happy is a choice. Is what I will say. And if when the time comes, whenever I leave this earth, if I leave any kind of message behind, that's what I would leave behind. Be positive. Be happy. It is a choice. It is not. You are not meant to be miserable, and that's why we do what we do here. We come on here, we laugh, we do trying to laugh videos, we get together and we laugh as a group because it's healthy. And I'm so big on men's mental health, especially.
Yes, sir.
Which is a segment I do want to get into, but I just need to work out how I want to work that because I want to do it the right way. So, hey, Doc, thanks for coming on. I know he's schedule is hectic and trying to get this to work out, and we had some technical difficulties before we came on here, but it worked out. It worked out. Ambassador, as always, it's great to have you on, and we're doing these movie reviews, having a great time. I'm now the hard part is getting in the editing room and putting it all together and making it nice and pretty. But thank you. Hit us up. Social medias, Third Generation Wrestling Podcast, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So email us at thirdgenwrestling@gmail.com. Backlash is not this weekend, but the following weekend. We'll have a prediction show, and then let me know, Doc, if you're available for that, the Backlash post show. Let me know.
Yeah, that's going to be a busy week.
Also in May, you got Double or Nothing, AEW, and you also have Night of Champions, where they're going to crown the new World Heavyweight Champion. So all that's coming down the line. So thank you all again for watching. Keep hitting that like button, subscribing, and sharing. Ambassador, take it away.
All right, you know the drill. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Our numbers are going up. Our subscriptions are going up. We're so thankful to all of you. Please keep, if you're enjoying the show, please keep telling others. Interact with us. Give us some show ideas. Give us some of your favorite movies to review, and we will do those shows. Thank you all.
Yeah, because after May the 4th, we're going to need some ideas. So, again, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, because everybody talks about the current stuff. So, if you got a theme, we can do a poll. Or if nobody does anything, somebody just give me a suggestion. Now we can do that movie. But 80s, 90s, early 2000s. That's the deal. That's what it is. Take care, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll speak to y'all again soon. Peace.
You tell me. You done lost your damn mind, Ray.
That's what you believe.
Did, Ray.
I don't care what you believe. I don't care what you believe, eh? Because I know you got something up your sleeve, nigga.
You think I'm gonna stay up arguing with you all night? You cutting into my sleeping time. Okay, kiss my ass and good night.
Go to sleep, nigga.
Yeah.
I hope it's the long one.
Yeah.
Why you so concerned me go to sleep?
Good night.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Good night, Ray.
Why don't you go to sleep? Why I can't just sit here and look at your ass and wonder what you got up your sleeve?
Yeah, I got something brewing. I got an ass whooping brewing for you, Ray, if you don't stop fucking with me.
Oh, is that right?
That's right, Ray.
All right. Sleep tight, nigga.